Could try to import a picture, but I don't really know how that's working, so maybe I get another picture for the next one. Alright, well, I assume they're rehosting. Oh, they've already restarted, oops. And of course, doing the flags on the other match made no sense anyways. But I do the central tree, I will do that, because it looks like a rocket. Welcome to... Great Britain is too long. Welcome to DM Nations Cup. Great Britain is going against the space agency NASA, led by Darkillermon, who is playing as the Romans. If the mods want to do predictions, would be lovely. And in the pocket for Team NASA, we've got Mojito playing as the Malians, the caster and cast coordinator of the tournament. Anomaly as the Bengalis will be their other flank, and will lose a villager to Teuton Scout. Not optimal. On the other side, the Bengalis will fight against the Teutons, obviously, of Polar, because I named this Teuton Scout already. We've got Gujaras for Rage in the pocket, and Japanese for Twepy. The Japanese of Twepy will face the Romans of Darkillermon, which is... I don't know, kind of an even-ish matchup. Japanese kind of used to be the counter, I think, to Romans on... No, Romans used to be the counter to Japanese. No, which way around was it? No, I think Japanese were the counter to Romans on Outcrop, so maybe a bit better for the Japanese. As Rage is streaming forward with some camels. Rage also looking to get the center. I think this might be the first tournament game of Rage. Wikipedia didn't even notice him. Even though he is a very famous Legend of Deathmatch, top 3 in the DM World Cup 4. We're just targeted here, but Mojito, good defense at the help of the TGBTC. Lost one villager now, but kind of not in his base. Oh no, he killed a villager. Let's go, Mojito, positive eco KD. OP. And actually, I mean, it's looking quite fine. The other two of Team NASA lost a villager, but they are building up. I mean, they aren't really the favorites against Great Britain A. Great Britain A, one of the favorite teams to win the whole tournament. Fighting against the Roman infantry here, but numbers are king, so Rage wins the engagement there. Cavachers of Twepy trying to be annoying in the back, but Mojito going a drop, got catching him. Holy I mean, Mojito's playing a lot better than I thought. Play a few 1v1s with him. Looks like he's been training and practicing. Getting back into shape. And Darkillermon, well, he's trying to move to the middle. Doesn't have that much population. How's about the Bengalis in the south? They are trying to push combined armies of Rage and Polar. Pushing back the Bengali Elephant Archer mass. Very Elephant Archer heavy. Makes sense against Japanese. With their strong infantry, probably don't want to go too many battle elephants. Camels in front, also something elephant archers can be better against. Maybe like to see some own infantry added here by Anomaly. In the north, lots of surrounding going on around Darkillermon's base. Mojito trying to lift the siege there, sending forth more camels. And the Roman army kind of has established a position at the frontier. Overall, we can see though, kind of map control already gained for the British. Controlling more on each of the flanks and controlling the lake in the center. Mojito trying to move in here. Nice split or formation change there. Against the Onager shots. Basically dodges all of them. Needs to kill the Onager though before it clears the Scorpions. Okay, takes out the Onagers now. Very worthy engagement by Mojito here on the top side. therefore giving some breathing room to Darkillermon. Should maybe start to retreat the camels now as they are fighting infantry. Will do so, will even snipe the trap on the way back, but we have to look at the southern side as well because there's big bada booms. Polar is flattening the elephant archers of Anthony, and here come the camels moving in for rage to profit, to snipe the villagers. Traps, of course, perfectly in place at the right time around the 8-minute mark with the 5 traps out for Polar. Flanks should always have 5 trebuchets at their disposal, and the earliest time to get to 5 typically is 7, 8, 9 minutes. And perfect execution on that by Polar, as wouldn't be suspected otherwise. And Anomaly is now in trouble. He still has the Elephant Archers, needs to... Oh, it's so hard to micro in all these buildings with the Onager shots. And massive flattenings are happening on the Elephant Archers of Anthony. Can barely retreat here. Everything is blocked. New pathing is part of it, but I don't think he's even trying to move them back, honestly, as Mojito is coming in from the left side finally to support the crisis situation here. But Elite Teutonic Knights are out. Elite Teutonic Knights are amazing against camels, and also are the Japanese halberdiers taking the engagement there together with Rage, and all the support forces, all the cavalry that was supposed to come in and save Anomaly has been cleaned. In the northern side, Darkillermon, after that clear of Mojito, so with Mojito's help, but kind of after Mojito's help, in a decent spot, pushing back a little bit, does have, well, 1.5 traps to maybe pressure a little bit here. Not really push through now, just dives under the castles. Maybe knows situation on the other side is desperate, needs to make something happen, does not have the trap numbers for them, but they're being produced, and they might have, although, also be sniped. This Rage moves around the wood line here. It snipes both of the traps, effectively halting the NASA push. And the Bengalis on the other side not looking too hot. Resource-wise, gold. A little bit of gold, a little bit of food left for Anomaly. Does have 13 Elephant Archers in the queue as well, but those 5 are just going to be swarmed by the Teuton infantry, and not much hope here on this side. Resources for Mojito completely out of res as well. There was kind of all the last camels he had that died in that engagement against the ETK help combination of the Teutons. Not a single paladin made by the Teutons here, I think, against the Bengalis. It's full on help ETK siege composition winning Polar's side. In the north, with the help of Rage, the army of Darkillermon has also been cleared. I think it ran a lot under this castle as well. And now combined armies are here in the north to finish the game. I don't think there's any talking around it. Darkillermon agrees with me and calls the GG. But I will say that 15 minutes and some pushes for NASA team is more than I expected. They're playing one of the top teams, and they're a pool 4 team, so yeah, honestly, I think they look good. Obviously, you won't really feel it if you lose in 15 minutes, but it's still better than losing in 10. Eh? And they had some momentum at times. Like, I think that counts even more. No momentum on the trade, though, as Twepy was relentless raiding there. There are good moments in there, yeah, I would say so as well. Especially like for Darkillermon. Mojito with his clear in the north. That was like really nice team. Really nice play. I think this was their best moment here, the 2 combined armies of Mojito and Darkillermon rushing forward. And Mojito getting a clear on the siege. Taking their trap with him as well. Now loses the army, but that does enable Darkillermon to push for a bit. He had actually more traps if... Japanese traps just killed them! No way! Alright, well... Not Darkillermon to blame then for the lack of trebuchets, just all good micro and swift choice, and having the traps as well, obviously. Like, you still need to make the catapulted traps, right? By Twepy, therefore defending their pushing back, and in the south, a strong combined push of Rage and Polar killed Anomaly. Oh, we can look at the statistics, but I don't think they are all too important. Rage with the biggest eco. I mean, pocket of the winning team having the biggest eco isn't too surprising. Rage with a huge APM spike at the start of the game, going to 210 while he was placing his buildings or microing his starting scout probably. So everybody else looks low, but they are pretty fast. Considering it's 2 times speed, even the NASA team's pretty fast. Normally, Mojito actually has 36. It's North America and South America, yes. Oi, oi, oi. That's your team name, Aurico. That's Shishkan's personal name in your team, I thought. So, win goes to the team with, who's the captain? Porter's the captain, I think. So purple. No, not purple, blue. And they used the Bengalis for NASA, Romans for NASA, and Malians. So didn't invest all too much. 2 of their doubles already done. And then we had Gujaras, Japanese, and Jutons there. So a bit higher civilization usage for Great Britain A. Team Islands probably next. Or Coast to Mountain, so the most cooking underdog maps there. Good map selection, I think, if you are not the favorite. They've got 60 seconds spec delay. That's an interesting take. So, what civs are we expecting on Team Islands, guys? Team Islands experts in chat. I hear there is a few, there already was debate on which pool is best. Black pool, of course. And which civilizations to pick from their pools? There's the question now. You see Mapuche landing? Mapuche landing 200 Bolas Riders? Let's go. They won't regret not picking Bengalian Islands. Alright, Orico likes Bengalian Islands. Not sure I've seen that yet. But I guess the regeneration could be nice. Chinese Spanish should be enough, says Orico. Chinese definitely a very top tier civ there. Big question is also, will we see turtle ships or will they rather play Koreans on land? As we do see different players. No. We see someone that just got kicked from the lobby, I think. It will be Polar, Daywalker, and Twepy, so we indeed see other players. Daywalker joining this game instead of Rage. Anomaly and Darkillermon will return, and we could theoretically see Wag. Hi Warpath. I'm disappointed. Typos, foreign unit bonus? Oh, 2-piece. 2-piece foreign unit bonus doesn't apply to ships. It doesn't apply to ships? Oh shit. Ah, that would have been great. I didn't even think of that. Which pool are Twepy in again? 3? We played them even, right? And against Iceland. Yeah. Obviously, fully. Twepy actually the first actual defeat, I think, right? Maybe I didn't see everything. But Benanji did defeat his flank with Twepy. So. Twepy strongest civ confirmed, guys. Even without that bonus, they don't need it. Shoe's best map by much? Lucky wants to see the shoe. Why you guys think shoe is good on water? They have the best loot runs in the game. Maybe together with Trojans. Or Chinese, but they have siege engineers, I think, so they should have more range. Yeah, but extra arrows on the loot runs. What is all about special ships now, Oracle? It doesn't matter what your regular ship line is. Awful Carrack, you said. I know they don't have Treadmill Crane, but they have Shipwright. Some other ships we've seen play didn't have Shipwright, and I think that's the most important one. They have Carrack. They have Fast Fire, which is okay, could be a problem. But why are they awful? What's wrong with their Carracks? Oh, they don't have attack. Ah, true. Have you seen them on land? Also a valid point. True of one of the best order units, yeah, exactly. I don't see the lobby anymore. And no ongoing, what happened? Did it crash? Mojito complained that they weren't posting codes, etc. in their scheduling chat when he casted yesterday about French and Switzerland. Now Mojito's team is playing. What are they not doing? Posting codes, etc. in the scheduling chat. Yeah, just finding it out. I don't care that much. It's fine. Thanks, Josh, for the info that it crashed as well. Lutron is basically 21 galleon for the price of 3. I don't think you should just spam them mindlessly in early fights. But there's a maximum pop. Maybe Shu have a problem early. I don't know. I'm really still figuring out New Water. I did some Team Islands 1v1s yesterday. Oh, thanks, Rage. I see the new lobby though. And Rage, can you confirm? What's up with you on Liquipedia? Why were you deleted? What happened to you? You're officially not in the tournament anymore, but you're playing, so I assume you're still in the tournament. I'm pretty sure you were there. But it right now it only lists 4 players. Yeah, he was too angry. He was angry old men from the north of England. Nobody can understand them anyways. Ah, it's risky these days. Your team no longer needed? Oh, you were needed last match. But that goes counter to my line. Oh, I'm sorry, Rage. You're a great player and a legend. But I remember trying to listen. I would rather say trying to listen to your stream. I didn't have the easiest time with it. I think I got better at understanding British accents though. So maybe if you would stream again, which I would love, I could give it another shot. And we do indeed have the shoe! So Mojito is making us prove the theories that we just talked about. Shoe, Spanish and Chinese. Spanish and Chinese should be enough, said Orico as well. So maybe the shoe don't matter too much. And of course we've lost the flags. Ah. Also, the teams here are officially called United GVA, but the flags are called United Kingdom. What do I have? Lucia. Saint Lucia. Welcome to Team Islands. We've got Italians, Byzantines, and the Koreans. Ooh, Korean pocket. I think I've only seen Korean flank so far. But will be Korean pocket versus the Chinese pocket. So the two OP water sieves with the turtles and with the Chinese Luchuans, which are maybe better than the two, but they also have use for other ships. They have dragon ships. And that would be a super interesting fight to watch here. Dragon ships against turtle ships. Turtle ships are meant to be countered by fire ships. It doesn't really work. But dragon ships could work. Dragon ships may be the ship that can work, and we will see those here for Anomaly in the middle after the pause, because somebody needs to set water hotkeys. Darkillermon is playing the Spanish to the left side. He always was a Spanish on Golden Swamp expert, so should know what to do. But new water. And he's fighting the Byzantines of Daywalker with their strong Romans against ships. And then we've got Mojito with a much talked about shoe on the right hand side, facing side docks for Polar's Italians with a treadmill crane sieve. Not going for the front docks, while it's full on front dock for the NASA team. Mojito had the hotkey issue, and he's starting Galleon, which I guess is his most upgraded ship. Doesn't have any fire upgrades with the shoe, as I just saw, and obviously, as we just talked about, only one attack upgrade on the Carrax. Villager goes down to the early Galleons by Polar. Galleon start for both here. In the middle, we've got turtle ships against dragon ships. And, oh, talked a lot about Carrack upgrades, but these teams don't seem to care about them. We've got fires and Galleons starting here to the left as well. The fire start is working great for Daywalker against the Galleon start. Now some fires for Darkillermon as well. Want to see some Hulks here. Or some Carracks. But no Carracks coming out there. Mojito is assembling a Galleon fleet. Lutrons are in the queue behind that. And did the turtle ships really just destroy the dragon ships? I mean, it's only 4 docks for Anomaly. Yeah, Anomaly just didn't make enough docks. This is just 15 docks beats 4. Unfortunately, and that's their best sieve. And they're even going over with the Spanish. Back docks will have to come up for Anomaly. Yeah, he's trying to make back docks now, but I think that was more of an early snipes and build kind of thing than the ships. Turtle ships are firing rockets alongside their cannonballs now. And the turtle ships even attacking in the north. And there will be a pincer maneuver on Mojito's ships, who is on full Galleon still. British no navy, what can you do? I mean, Rage doesn't yet, at least not about the turtle ships, but the other 3 seem well versed on it, and all the British teams have looked pretty good on Team Islands. Even the UKC gave Sweden a run for their money on Team Islands, so... Or Spain? I think UKC was versus Sweden and UKB was versus Spain. UKB beat Spain, I think, on Team Islands, if I recall correctly. But yeah, it's full-on water control everywhere for the British, and we don't see the amazing landing strats we saw yesterday. And they will just go around the island. Turtle ship on stand ground is OP. Josh referencing his cannon gains, taking out all the turtle ships with just a few shots. Well, it still wasn't enough for you to win water, you know? Which proves that even if you miss micro that hard as your Mexican opponent did there, turtle ships were too strong still and took the water, right? Even though those glory shots were a good way to win for you guys. 22 transport ships. I guess they didn't survive, but transport ships are in the queue for the GB players, and I imagine they will be used. Backdogs now under attack. Roman's moving around here. Polo moving around there too, but the dragon ships can finally show their strength. Taking out the navy here. Mojido kind of fully off water. Didn't even get to finish that castles. Trying to get docks up, losing his front castles. Shu not having treadmill crane also hurting them in this situation. Dragon ships are better fast fires. They are quite significant upgrade though ever since the water changes. They have more range, more attack and more HP, I think. Something like that. I think it's 3 things though they're a little bit better at. Will that be enough for the... Oh, the turtle ships still survive. GG is called. As we did not get any landings. Well, we did get a landing. There's a castle from Polo. And there's some barracks from Polo. Okay. Did get a landing, but only to finish the game. No trade as well. No trade for either team. Well, 6 trade cards for Daywalker is all. And the GV team takes the 2. Oh, the opening was way better for GV. Yeah. So we can't really judge the Civ pools, and we also can't judge Chinese versus Koreans from this game. We also can't really judge how good True were, because I think the British players are better at making their dogs faster and spamming from them faster, and spamming the right units from them faster. Got some war wagons even in the transport armada of Twepy here. And yeah, Team Iron's plan didn't work out. They can still try on coast to mountain, I suppose. But it is 2-0 for the big favorites of the British team. Team Islands used to be Dan's favorite map. For real? I'm not sure this you're always using this emoji with the tongue. It makes me really unsure what it means. Daywalker was a water player back in the day. I mean, I will have to trust you because you're the only guy who was around when Daywalker was first playing the game, I guess. Both Josh and Daywalker are playing since 20 years. As we saw Spanish, Chinese, and Shu. And we saw... Wait, what? I misclicked something here. We saw Byzantines, Koreans, and Italians. It's great to see full DM water and not crap hybrid maps with small pond and only demo. Well, only demo is gone anyways. Let me tell you that much. But yeah, Runestone's Team 1's probably polarizing. Some people will like it, some people don't. I think it's good to have a full water map in a map pool for once. I do unfortunately think the demo nerf was great for DM. I thought so at first too. I found out some things recently that I don't want to share yet of why I'm not sure anymore. We'll have to stay a bit mysterious here. As we are hopefully preparing for game 3. We've got a lobby, Mojido, Darkillermon, Rage and Twepy are in. Please share? Well, I can share with you, but not publicly. You guys have time tomorrow daytime? Maybe we can do some games. And then I can check. Okay, lobby crashed apparently. Mojito's making a new one. I think chances are relatively good. Two of us are there tomorrow, so it's me. Yep. Lobby bugs are exponentially increasing since 1.5, 2 years. Don't know exactly when the exponential growth started, but definitely something that I've been hoping since a long time that there would be something to be done about it, but there's. But now it's full NA in the lobby, no SA, just Mojito and Anomaly. Do we see Wag? As we get Darkillermon again, Captain is not benching him safe here. We're going to Coastal Mountain, so the NASA team picking their own home maps first. Coastal Mountain, fully expecting Mongols and Persians. Question is, how do you support them? We've seen a lot of Mongols combined with Burmese, with the elephants. Maybe see Bohemians as well, as we've seen before on this map. And then Malay is kind of the waterside option we've seen the most on Coastal Mountain out of Pool 4. And Pool 2 might be Byzantines for the waterside, maybe. And then something Persians plus, Japanese maybe? On the land side. And no, it's not an exploit. Just learning how about unit interactions on water. Alright, everybody's there. Let's go, guys. Still with the same 6 players in the lobby as before, so will be Daywalker and Rage this time. Meaning Polar is sitting out. Twepy in there too. I think Twepy's played all games so far. And they have started, so welcome to Coastal Mountain. See our flag and United flag. To the kingdom. Welcome to game number 3. We do have power civ combo for the British, Slavs at the top, Persians in the middle, and Vietnamese for the water. Yeah, for the water. They're actually docking. On the other side, we've got Anomaly on the Sicilians on the water side. Not sure if they will fight water. They could, they're fine Navy civs, but Maybe something more of an all-in land push planned here for together with Mojitos, who's making a lot of stables as the Mongols. Where are the castles? Where are the siege workshops? There's a castle. And we've got Darkillermon with the Burmese. And this composition sounds like all three armies will do a combined push either through the flatland in the middle or at the top. Probably not next to the water, because looks like they're giving that for free to Daywalker. Prediction is up if you want to bet. As Mojito is rushing with Step Lancers and has gotten 2 villager kills. Let's go! Mojito is the strongest rusher in this whole set. Rage lost 4 villagers to NASA. Rage and champions. DM top player loses 4 villagers to Mojito, Anomaly, and Darkillermon. To Mojito, actually. 2 to Mojito, 2 to Darkillermon. Oi, oi. Mojito OP. Step Lancer start, not what Rage was thinking about. He's trying to start Savar and not really starting Camel here. As some Helmetiers walk forward for Daywalker, the infantry of the Assassins. Lots of barracks for the Assassins. 11 barracks. Where's the siege though? 1 siege workshop only planned for Anomaly. Okay, Mojito is planning siege workshop now. Man, Mojito is playing so good. Like, okay, his water opening wasn't great. Aside of Team Islands, Mojito is playing amazing. I don't understand why people are fans of Bohemians on this map at all. Like, also, like, International A also are fans of Bohemians on Coast to Mountain. I don't know, you have a lot of explaining to do when it comes to me there, Oracle. I think the civ is way too slow for this map. And it's such an amazing flank civ for all the other maps, so why would you waste it here? I don't get it. No, the reason is more that in team game I'm a Bohemian lover. I think they're one of the best flanks if you give them to a top R-armor. And I've got a lot of top R-armors in my team, so I've got a lot of people to give Bohemians to and they will win their side. But there's no their side here, you know? Why would I use them on this? Also, I think that's simply too slow. But we do have a fight between the Slavs and the elephants here. That is not a great fight for Darkillermon if the shots are good, and the shots should be good. It's Twepy after all. And in the south, Red Archers moving forward. What was thought about in the end by Anomaly, but obviously if you go so late, that will be denied. Mongols are assembling more of a camel siege army. Mojito did watch a lot of oops, what did I do there? Didn't want to do a photo. They watch a lot of Michi, where it's more camel siege for the Mongols, so maybe some influence there. Drill siege coming forward for Mojito, finding damage. And Lomini doesn't know he doing Donjon. Maybe he doesn't have a hotkey for them. Yeah, it's full on infantry out of castles. Even making sergeants out of castles. Now adding some siege. Mojito got some initial engagement. We are uniting kind of all the armies in one spot. It's that huge Amazon tunnelish fight on Coast to Mountain again. Heard that description somewhere, and it will be correct for this team. Rage looking to secure the top side a bit, but we're all fighting in the middle, where it's easiest to unite the armies. And the siege ball of Twepy is finding good damage now. The Persian war elephants turn up. Darkillermon is a bit isolated from the others. Well, the Mangudai firing at Savar, obviously also perfect unit against the Mangudai now that the Persians didn't used to have in previous team game tournaments where we saw them a lot. Well, C-mods, but before that, like Winter's War and stuff. Good siege on numbers though for the team members of NASA here. But Persian elephants are so hard to stop. You really need to have amazing micro to stop Persian war elephants, either with monks or with your SO. Drill SO, perfectly microed, are a very good unit against them, but well, perfectly microed is a precondition. Well, if it's also getting so many buffs in recent months, therefore can easier hunt the units down, that their speed has been incrementally increased over the last time. Daywalker also here on the very left side actually, which is the opposite side of where he started, with the Red Archers actually in front of the siege, taking out the Burmese elephants, even though they've got more armor. And they are so starting to be exposed front line is starting to crumble as the Persians show their strength. GD also really not fooling around. I don't... They are not trying to play around with other Sith pools. They're not like playing pool 4, playing pool 1, etc. like the Swedes did. They are going for the what's very strong combos that they can do, right? Vietnamese, but I guess people also like them for the elephants on this map. They are not playing any elephants. So I guess why would you? If you're playing what they are playing, you can sling the food to the Persian, and that's exactly what Daywalker did. Slung 6k5 food here only in this instance. And that's actually really smart. Vietnamese is sling sieve to the Persians. Dark said he was going to take us to space. No mercy, but why don't you take him up on his offer, you know? Just ally with him so he can fly you to space. Or do you mean he said he would throw you out into space? I know that you're playing around the Team NASA part. That's not the explanation. Red Archers are in the trade. There is no mercy. And the elephants are wrecking the eco. You can't say the expected result, but honestly, Mojito with the early rush here, I feel like every game, maybe besides Team Islands, I think especially game 1 and game 3, Team NASA did way overperform my expectations. So I think they are obviously against one of the super duper strong teams, and they're all not that experienced in open map DM. Darkillermon the most experienced, but he hasn't played since 3 years until this tournament. And considering that, they did really, really well. I mean, if Team NASA would play Team Iceland, I think they could rush them down. GG's all around are called, and GBA will go to the stars and beyond. They took over all the NASA rockets, so they can free roam per Aspera ad Astra now. G to the G. Strong combo, good slinging order, Vietnamese sending to the Persians, and initially Mojito with some good shots, and with some great raids. So to conclude, let's watch Mojito's raid back. Oh, that's even the wrong Steph Lancer. So does not find damage. But then Mojito's Steppy's coming in. Darkillermon's already killing some stuff with his Hussar. And now Mojito kills 2 Otters on the castle. Rage out of position with his Savar. Did underestimate the opponents. I think he sent all the Savar forward. Dealt with the one guy, then sent everything forward. He didn't trust on Team NASA to actually snipe his ways. That was not embarrassing at all, Anomaly. These are 3 of the best players in the world. Yeah, I think you were overconfident, Rich. But yeah, also a bit slow in reacting. I mean, those just could have been saved. I wanted to say show Mojito's glory moment, though. And GG's all around. I think you guys performed really well, Anomaly, given the clear underdog favorite status in this match. And also people said how hard it was for you to schedule. Just embarrassing? Nah. I was impressed.